Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome live inside Highland Arena here on the campus of Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri. Hi, I'm Zach Zook alongside our fantastic production crew here at Lindenwood University as we are set to bring you Game 2 of our evening Monday night doubleheader against the Missouri S&T Miners. The Lindenwood Lions come into this one with a record of 10-13 overall, 6-9 in conference play. They have protected home court to about a 500 clip, 6-7 on the year here at Highland Arena. The Missouri S&T Miners come into the contest with an overall record of 10-12, 6-9 in conference play as well, but just a 2-5 mark on the road this season. As we take a look at these two teams, we'll take a look first at the visiting Miners. Julian Smith leads the way for Missouri S&T offensively, averages just under 20 points per game. He shoots about 40% from the field, 38% from beyond the arc, and he's one of three Miners scoring in double figures this season. Caden Frobe averaging 11 points per game, and Alex Strating averaging 11 points per game as well. Strating also their most efficient scorer, as he is shooting a robust 63% from the field this year. Caden is also the team's leading rebounder with 6 rebounds per game. The Missouri S&T Miners as a team shoot 46% from the field, 36% from beyond the arc. They average 75 points per game, 3 better than what they give up on average. They are just positive in the assist-to-turnover ratio, and they will present a stern test for the Lions, led by head coach Kyle Gerdeman here tonight. The Lions have 3 players averaging in double figures as well. Their leading scorer is transfer Jacoby Ross, averaging nearly 19 points per game. He's shooting 43% from the field, 34% from beyond the arc. Romello Burrell, second on the team in scoring, averaging 15.5 points per game. He also leads the team in rebounds. He averages 8.5 boards per contest, as well as blocks and steals. He's got 35 blocks and 28 steals, all team highs this season for the Lions. Kevin Caldwell Jr. also in double figures this season, on average 14.5 points per game for him. The team's leading passer. He's got 64 assists on the year. Brandon Trimble leads the way. He's their most efficient scorer. He is shooting 48% from the floor, 46% from beyond the arc, and 92% from the free throw line. He has been excellent. The Lions score an average of 71 points per game. That is -4 to what they give up on average. They're giving up nearly 76 points per contest. The Lions shoot just 42% from the field as a ball club and 33% from beyond the arc. They shoot 79% from the charity stripe, and they have been slightly out-rebounded this season. They average 35 boards per game, giving up 37 per contest, and they are trying to stay in their winning ways. They have lost 4 of 5, but they snapped a 4-game losing streak back on the 12th on the road against Maryville. Final score 73-55, and that one the Lions dominated throughout. Lindenwood trying to keep the momentum going here in their penultimate home contest in St. Charles. As that will do it for our pregame show. The 10-13 Lions host the 10-12 Missouri S&T Miners next, as we throw it over to our PA announcer for the playing of our national anthem.
Experiences city again. Fly out a bit from the tropic and litty again. All of my partners is poppin', you know that we litty again.
We welcome you back inside Highland Arena for the start of this one between the Lions and the Miners. We will set the floor first for the home Lions. It'll be Jacoby Ross, the team's leading scorer. The senior transfer from New Orleans, Louisiana, will be in at a guard position. Brandon Trimble, the junior out of St. Joseph, Illinois, the team's most efficient scorer and best three-point shooter, will be in at a guard position. Kevin Caldwell Jr., the junior out of Alton, Illinois, will be in at the guard spot as well. And in the front court, it'll be big number 22, the senior at Rockford, Illinois, and Rockford High School, Brandon Suggs. And rounding out the starting five for Lindenwood, the senior out of Chicago, Illinois, and Morgan Park High School, Romello Burrell. The team's second leading scorer will be in the starting five as well. The Lions are coached by Kyle Gerdeman. Missouri S&T will counter with Dylan Singleton, a freshman out of Lincoln, Illinois, and Lincoln High School. Julian Smith, a freshman from Fort Worth, Texas, will join him in the backcourt. Caden Froby, a 6'3" freshman guard from Lincoln, Illinois, in the backcourt as well. Alex Strading is in the front court. He's a 6'7" graduate forward from Wassenaar, Netherlands. And rounding out the starting five for the Miners is Micah Johnson. He's a 6'8" freshman from Ankeny, Iowa, and Centennial High School. The Miners are coached by Bill Walker. They're in the all-green uniforms, and they move from right to left. Lindenwood in the all-white uniforms will move from left to right. They have won the tip, and basketball is underway in St. Charles. Suggs inside, a post move right over the top of Micah Johnson is true, and the Lions waste little time getting on the scoreboard first. The Lions trying to make it a streak. They snapped a 4-game skid with a win against Maryville. They'd like to continue their winning ways. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, Missouri S&T hoping to get back into the win column. They've lost 3 of their last 4. Micah Johnson able to respond at the offensive end. That evens up the game at 2 apiece. Caldwell draws a foul, and he'll head to the line for an early trip to the charity stripe, as it was Caden Froby who got his hands all over Caldwell Jr. on the drive. That'll send Kevin to the line, the team's third leading scorer. He is an 81% free throw shooter, and he hits the first. We've seen Kevin's points per game average just continue to rise as the games have gone on here in the conference season. Was near 11 points per game, then 12, and now you see him up 14.5 points per game for Kevin Caldwell Jr. Lions in front by 1. Nice backdoor cut, but unable to finish was Dylan Singleton. Help defense from Romello Burrell made that a tough attempt. Step back for Caldwell, got it. Went tumbling to the floor on the closeout by Alex Strading. No foul call, but the Lions will take the points anyways. A long 2 makes it a 3-point game. Driving on the right elbow, now kicking to the near side corner, in and out for Micah Johnson. And the Lions with the lead and the ball here after the first 90 seconds. Ross, tough shot, and he got it to go anyways over the top of Julian Smith. Get a look at why he's averaging nearly 20 points per contest and why the Lions were so fired up to get him in the transfer portal. The senior out of New Orleans, Louisiana, has been fantastic for the Lions this season, and you just get a little taste of the raw talent. Nice finish inside by Strading to respond to the Jacoby Ross basket, and the lead stays at 3. 2 teams trade buckets. The Lions haven't missed yet. Ross, about a 14-footer, and he's got it. Jacoby Ross starting off hot, 2 of 2 for him. The Lions 4 of 4 from the floor, the first 2 minutes and change. S&T walks it up. They get into their half-court offense. Froby. Johnson. They work it around. Now they try and penetrate, and a nice finish. Taking Brandon Trimble to the rack that time was Caden Froby. Burrell puts it on the floor and drives. Little forearm shiver as he steps back on Alex Strating for two. Romello into the scoring column early, and the Lions firing on all cylinders. Strating into the corner, nearly a turnover, saved by Johnson, and then dribbled away by Julian Smith. First turnover of the game either side. Ross will fire in and out. That's the first miss for Lindenwood offensively. 5-point lead for the Lions as they've started off hot. Frazier Rott will be the first substitute of the game as he takes off the warm-up and sits by the scores table. Smith with it, picked up by Caldwell Jr. He will drive, pick up his dribble at the right elbow and kick to the far sideline where it swirls out for Froby. Ross walks it up the floor. Caldwell Jr. from deep, no good. Smith finds Froby. The Lions shoot about 4% worse than does Missouri S&T from the field on average this season, but it is the Lions who have come out hot. 5 of their first 6 and 3 of the first 7 for Missouri S&T, but an offensive rebound and a second chance potentially before it was stopped by the near side official. That'll bring us to our first media timeout as the officials head over to the scores table to take a look. We will take a break as well. 11-6 our score, 15:42 remaining in the first half. You're watching the GLVC Sports Network.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Out of the first media timeout, the near side official did stop that play to correct the shot clock. Good job by the Stripes, noticing that pretty much right away and making sure that we were all squared. Missouri S&T will have 8 to shoot. We are just 4 minutes gone in this basketball game. Lions with a 5-point edge. Zach Zook alongside our production crew. Happy you're making us a part of your Monday evening. Contested shot awkwardly taken by Dylan Singleton with the shot clock waning, and now dribbled out of bounds after the fact. And some confusion as to who touched it last. The baseline official said last touched by Lindenwood. The official near midcourt didn't really dispute it, and so Missouri S&T is going to get the basketball back. So a bit of a break there as they are going to get an extra crack at this thing. Smith steps back long two. That's a tough shot. Unable to connect. Froby knocks it out of bounds out of the hands of Frazier Rott. And so the Lions do end up taking over in the end. Caldwell Jr. ties the right shoe and away we go. Coming on, 5 minutes gone in this first half. The Lions have started out 5 of 7. Missouri S&T just 3 of 9 from the floor. Trimble's first shot of the evening is rudely rejected by Julian Smith. It leads to a fast break for Froby, who was turned away. So back come the Lions now in transition. Caldwell got it. Lions in front by 8. It breaks a scoreless streak of 3 minutes for both teams. Strating nearly had it knocked away by Burrell. Now Johnson ran right into the chest of Romello Burrell, so he passes out of it. Singleton into the corner. Froby again. This time it's good. Caden Froby sinks the first three-pointer of the game for Missouri S&T, and they get back the Caldwell jumper rather quickly. Ross a quick miss, and back come the Miners. Froby to Singleton, picked up his dribble and thought about it before Caldwell stepped out on him. Smith a behind-the-back dribble from the right elbow. No good. Caldwell dribbles it up. The Lions slow it back down. Lions are one of their last 5 after starting out perfect. Ross along 2. Got it. You cannot give him that much room. And Alex Strating found that out the hard way. Ross making the Miners' zone defense their pay. A little too soft. Smith now into the post. Strating on Ott. 1-on-1. Strating able to dribble right around him, and a yell as he puts that one down. Caldwell slicing through the defense and finishes. And that'll prompt a timeout from the head coach, Bill Walker, displeased with his team's defensive effort. The Lions are in front by 7, 18-11 our score as we pause on the GLBC Sports Network.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Being a champion.
Back here after the quick timeout taken by Bill Walker. He is assisted by Darian Reddick and Darren Bazzari. They wanted to correct the defensive lapse. Missouri S&T has allowed the Lions to come out and shoot 67% from the field, 8 of 12 to start out in this one. A nice backdoor cut. Smith, though, unable to finish, but he is fouled by Keon Batchman, who had just checked into the game. So he will shoot 2. Boy, I think it might have been a bit of a gift, because I don't know if that foul really had much bearing on the miss by Smith, so much as he took a look back before he went up for it, and I think it disoriented him to the basket just enough. But Batchman committing the foul, gives up the 2 free throws nonetheless. Smith able to make good. Foul calling on the floor very quickly at the other end. Committed by Julian Smith. Just the second team foul, third team foul we've seen called here in a little over 7 minutes of action. So a pretty clean game being played from that perspective. Singleton pushes the floor off the miss. Froby, floater, off the back iron, no good. Suggs had it ripped away by Strating, and a second chance for the Miners. Smith able to hit from deep. And the Miners have made it a 2-point game as they're on a bit of a run. Ross. Batchman behind the back dribble, and he walked with it. That'll be the first turnover of the game for Lindenwood, who's taken really nice care of the basketball to that point. Really has been a pretty clean game played so far. These two teams played solid basketball. So we get a look at Mohamedou Kaba Kamara, 7-footer. Graduate from Conakry, Guinea in Balboa City, international student. Missouri S&T has a couple international students on the team, as Kevin Caldwell Jr. is able to connect. Alex Strating from the Netherlands is the other international student, so the two forwards both out there at the same time here. One international student passes to the other. Going up with it, but no good, is the first shot off the right hand of Kaba Camara. That'll bring us to immediate timeout. 11:39 left to play. The Lions lead it by 4. You're watching the GLVC Sports Network.
Lindenwood Athletics is pleased to announce the newly launched Lions Booster Club. The Lions Booster Club recognizes and celebrates those who support Lindenwood Athletics through charitable contributions. Donations made to the athletics department or any of our programs qualify for membership to the Lions Booster Club. Members receive benefits at our various levels based on their overall annual giving to Lindenwood Athletics. Benefits include invitations to special events, exclusive communications, inside access to the athletics department, enhanced game day experiences, and more. For more information, please visit lindenwoodlions.com/booster club. Lindenwood Athletics is pleased to announce details for the newly launched Little Lions Kids Club, presented by Raising Cane's. The Little Lions Kids Club is the best way for our youngest fans to support the black and gold. Membership is open for all children ages 12 and under and provides items such as a Little Lions Kids Club t-shirt, backpack, membership card, exclusive experiences with Lindenwood student athletes such as high-five tunnels and autograph sessions, and of course, free Raising Cane's. For more information and to sign up today, please visit lindenwoodlions.com/kids club.
Coming back out of the media, the Lions lead it by 4. They have shot 9 of 14. Good start from the floor for them, 64%. 1 of 3 from deep, 1 of 2 at the line. Missouri S&T has shot just 38% from the floor, 2 of 4 from deep. They've made both their free throws, but they trail it by 4 here in the early going. Romello Burrell with his back to the basket fires as he centers himself up in the court a little bit and connects. Get a look at why he was so highly coveted. Another transfer, started his collegiate career at Central Michigan, was a former Chippewa. Has been with the Lions, though, for multiple seasons, and he comes up with a steal here. Ross finishes it off. They had it 3-on-1 back the other way, and the Lions ran it beautifully between the 3 leading scorers on this ball club: Caldwell Jr., Romello Burrell, and Jacoby Ross. Smith inside, and foul called on the floor on Brandon Suggs. It's not very often Brandon Suggs is on the short end of a size mismatch, but that is exactly the case here as he commits another foul on the floor against Kaba Camara, who stands 7 foot tall. 7 foot, 270-pound grad student. So he's got the 4-inch height advantage. He's also got 40 pounds on the 6'8" Suggs. Frazier Ott will take a chance at him now, as Suggs, with the 2 quick fouls, had to check out of this game. Inside through a lot of traffic, and it's another turnover. Ill-advised from Singleton, and now a foul called on the floor against the Miners. Kelly Vaughn will check into the game for Dylan Singleton. Kelly, a redshirt freshman from Mount Vernon, Missouri. Ross, contested three-pointer, but he gets it over Vaughn, who had just checked into the contest. Ross measured him up and shot one right in his eye. 27-16, the Lions in front by double digits. It's their largest lead of the night. Smith, a floater. Off the window, no good. Lions in transition off the miss. Wide open for a jam! Frazier Ott slams it down, and the Lions in front by 13. Another timeout called by the Miners, and this place is rocking. Lindenwood with a flurry of offense. It's an 11-0 run. The last 3 minutes, the Lions are 7 of their last 8. And they have built up a sizable margin here throughout the first 10 minutes of this game. Missouri S&T has been held scoreless now for nearly 3 minutes. Jacoby Ross leading the way with 11 points. For the Lions, Kevin Caldwell Jr. with 10. Lindenwood already with a pair of players in double figures. And how about Frazier Ott showing a little spring in his step, rising up for the two-handed dunk. Out of the timeout, Missouri S&T trying to halt the momentum, and they do. Ryan Parker off the bench, the redshirt freshman out of Bloomington, Indiana, able to finally get Missouri S&T back into the scoring column for the first time in 3 minutes, but it is answered quickly by Kevin Caldwell Jr., who's now got 13. Offensive foul. It's going to be called against Kaba Kamara. We'll get a look now at Trent Champagne for the first time in this game. Bill Walker over there on the Missouri S&T bench. He's trying to find whatever combo might work, and he's tried a lot of different combinations. You got Kaba Kamara on the floor out there alongside Vaughn, Parker, Froby, and Smith right now. They've gone deep into the bench already in this game. 8 different players have touched the floor. Champagne in the far side corner to Ross. Dribbles it into the paint, kicks outside to Ott, who will fire from just inside three-point land. Not typically his range, but forced to put it up with just 2 on the shot clock. Smith back the other way. Parker will fire again, and he's got it. Ryan Parker comes off the bench on fire, and he gets the Miners back to within 10. Not as though the shots have been wide open for Parker either. Caldwell again will try to erase it, and he does from the same spot on the floor. And the Lions just keep coming. Kevin Caldwell with 16. He is 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. And a traveling violation called now on Kaba Cabrera. So he will now head to the bench. And the Lions slowly taking control of this game. 7 of their last 8. Caldwell to Burrell. Into the post for Ott. He's looking for somewhere to go with it. Running across the court is Champagne. He gets it, takes a dribble in, and hits it. Champagne knocks down the mid-range jumper. Created a lot of space by looking off the defender. Now at the other end, Strating and Ott. 1-on-1. Ott wins the battle this time. Burrell. You can tell the Lions are feeling it a little bit offensively. A little bit of style on the pass from Caldwell Jr. and then finished off by Romello Burrell. Lindenwood firing on all cylinders. They're shooting 73% from the field. Julian Smith able to hit from the mid-range. But the Lions in front by 15 early. Lindenwood, 9 of their last 10. 9 of their last 11, but a second chance. Tipped out by Frazier Ott. Now Burrell, a wide open look at it. Unable to hit it. Ott tried to tip it out again. This time it ended up in the hands of Kelly Vaughn. Now the Miners on the fast break. No good, but a foul called, and Froby will shoot 2. Action-packed, back and forth. Lions shooting the lights out. 17 of 25, good for 68%. They're 4 of 7 from deep. As we take a break here for our final media timeout of the half. We thank you for joining us. 15-point lead for Lindenwood on the GLVC Sports Network.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Come out of the timeout. Caden Froby to shoot 2. He's got 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting. He's also added 4 rebounds across 13 minutes of play. This will be his first trip to the free throw line tonight, where he has really struggled. And it's not for lack of attempts either. He's attempted 66 free throws on the year coming into the game tonight. 49% average from the charity stripe. Hits the second. Ross fires without hesitation. Normally the Lions have 1, maybe 2 of the big 3 on a given night. Feeling like the hoop is a little larger than it actually is. Tonight, all 3 of them have played just outstanding at the offensive end. And you see the result as Romello Burrell sends one back. Trimble in the corner. Wide open look, no good, but an offensive rebound tipped out by Burrell leads to another three-pointer as Kevin Caldwell drains it. Give him 19 on 4 made three-pointers in the first half. The Lions are in front by 20. Smith trying to answer from the left wing. He's got it. That'll cut into the Lions' lead. A 17-point advantage now. Trimble to Burrell, now Caldwell on the right wing. Back to Trimble. The Lions work the perimeter. Ross with 8 to shoot. He will pull it. No good that time. Parker the board. Long pass by Smith to Froby. Three-pointer no good. Froby shoots just 27% from out there, 1 of 3 tonight. Caldwell Jr. dribbling around Singleton, and he finishes the reversal. This first half has just been a clinic and a highlight tape for the Lindenwood Lions. Nearly a steal for Trimble. Leads to a wide open look for Parker, who finally misses one from that distance. Had made his first 2 from out there. And Lindenwood up 19. Stunting a little bit on the Miners here in this first half, as Romello Burrell will head to the free throw line. The bench has come alive. The crowd has been alive. They've had a lot to cheer for. This has been a pretty impressive display. Kevin Caldwell Jr. with 21 first half points. Ross with 14. Romello Burrell with only 6, but he's got 3 rebounds and assists, a couple of steals and a block as well. Singleton drops it off for Parker. Backdoor cut, tipped by Burrell, and it's another steal for Lindenwood. 7 turnovers for Missouri S&T in this first half, and nearly a poster for Romello Burrell, who was fouled and will head to the line to shoot a pair. 3:53 to go as we will take a break. The Lions in front by 19. They cannot be stopped right now. 67% from the field, 55% from deep. All over the Miners on the GLVC Sports Network.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Lindenwood in front by 19 out of the timeout. Romello Burrell to shoot a pair. The Chippewa transfer will take his first free throws of the game. Hits the first. Romello this season, 82% free throw shooter. Just a really good shooter of the basketball in general, especially considering he's a forward. He shoots just 24% this season from deep, which is significantly lower than he's been, but he can definitely step out and shoot from out there as well. And now he'll run the floor, get a chance to see how well he can dribble the basketball. Dropped it off for Trimble, no good. Rebounded by the Miners. Smith around Champaign, in the corner, Froby, wide open look, no good. Offensive rebound, Singleton. He goes up strong with it and finishes. Nicely done by Singleton, and the Miners back within 18 points. Strating waiting to check in at the scores table for Missouri S&T. He's probably been their most effective presence inside, as Suggs is able to finish on a backdoor cut. Got positioning against Michael Apaya Brefo. Smith, double team, but Champagne fell to the floor. Now he limps to try to cover Singleton in the corner, not in time, and it's a three-pointer. Dylan Singleton making the Lions defense pay, and now the whistles blow for an injury timeout for Trent Champagne, who will check out of this one. And hopefully he's okay. Kind of looks like he went down non-contact. So we'll get Frazier out to check in for Suggs. Caldwell ends up coming in for Trent Champagne. Hopefully it's just one of those that Trent can walk off on the sideline. Ross, mid-range jumper, no good. Singleton to Froby. Back to Dylan Singleton, who tries to spin and create some space. Unable to do so. And the dunk attempt thwarted by Romello Burrell, and now a stoppage as the officials come together to discuss the shot clock. 2:13 remaining in the first half. And so the Lions are going to take over now after the discussion. Caldwell. Now LaMelo. Ross near midcourt. Drives, kicks. Trimble step back. No, sir. Lions have cooled off a little bit here in the last couple of minutes. They're 1 for their last 4. Smith, a couple of dribbles, drives baseline, able to find some space as he worked around Brandon Trimble for the 2. I think was going to initially pass out of it, then realized he had space enough to turn around and finish, and did just that. Smith has had a nice half. He's got 12 points. Caldwell thought about it. Froby closed out quickly enough to make him think otherwise. Foul going to be called on Singleton. Jacoby Ross almost motioning like he wanted the continuation. Only in the NBA are you going to get that continuation. And he giggles about it with the Missouri S&T coaches as he heads over to inbound. Coming on 65 seconds to play in the first half. A reminder that we will have the Lions assistant coach Terry Hollander with us at the break to recap an electrifying first 20 minutes of action as Romello Burrell floats one home. Lions tack on to their lead. Romello now with 9. Nearly a steal, and it's gonna be one. Kevin Caldwell Jr. got his hand in the passing lane. It was touched at the very last moment by Smith. The official on the near side was all over it. I think Kevin Caldwell Jr. too. Well, he might be trying to sell a call, but it seemed as though he had a strong reaction to it as well as it went out of bounds. And so the Lions force yet another turnover of the Miners. And they continue to cruise in this first half. 36 seconds remain. They lead it by 17 points. They've shot 63% from the field, 55% from beyond the arc. Just 2 of 4 from the free throw line, but you can do that when you're able to make some of the baskets they've been able to knock home tonight. A little late on the start of the clock there. Don't know if anybody caught it. About a 5-second difference between the shot and game clock. Caldwell dribbles it up near the Lion logo. Now Ross. Ross will put it on the floor. Around Singleton, the help defense comes. And it is effective. Just 5 seconds to go, a run-out pass, straighting, rejected by Caldwell Jr., but a foul going to be called as he heads to the hardwood, roughly so. So Strady now will shoot a pair. Caldwell Jr. hopefully able to shake that one off. Kevin's got a game-high 21 points on 8 of 10 shooting. He's 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Has added a pair of assists as well as a rebound across 17 minutes of play in this first half. He has been excellent. Straighting. Hits the first free throw. This is his first trip to the line tonight. He now has 5 points with that make. Straighting, the third leading scorer on this ball club. Their most efficient scorer. 63% from the field. He is also very good free throw shooter, 81% for the big man. Lions will try a heave. Caldwell Jr. from midcourt. Missed it all. And that'll take us to the half. Lions in front by 15. 52-37 our score. As we will be joined by the assistant coach Terry Hollander momentarily. The Lions outshoot the Miners by nearly 20% in terms of field goal percentage. Both teams shot exceptionally well from beyond the arc. Both teams were exactly 6 of 11 from three-point range. Missouri S&T able to get to the line a little bit more than the Lions. They're 5 of 6. The Lions just 2 of 4. And Missouri S&T also holding a very slim rebounding margin, 18-16 over Lindenwood. We're now joined by the assistant coach and Coach Hollander. That was an electrifying first 20 minutes of basketball. You know, usually with your nucleus of Caldwell Jr., Romello Burrell, and Jacoby Ross, you'd hope for one, maybe two of them to be on.
Yeah.
All three of them, I think, brought their ace stuff here tonight, and you see what the result is. Do you have to do much as a coaching staff on nights like this?
Well, what you got to do here is you got to see if you can try to duplicate it as best you can. Like I say, we shot 61% from the field, and and 54%, 55% from three. So you don't know if you can equal that, but hopefully the second half you get good possessions and do a good job on the defensive end. So they got a lot of guys that can score. So we're going to have to come out here and stay tight defensively, and then see what we can get offensively.
Obviously, you expect some regression to the mean in the second half, but you can tell that, especially the big three of Ross, Romello, and Kevin, we're just playing with the confidence that we haven't really seen this team play with at times this season. You really got a chance to see it flourish, and it felt like it was infectious. It led to, then the Frazier-Ott dunk.
Yeah.
You had a couple of nifty moves by Trent Champagne off the bench.
Yep.
And how big is that to just have the confidence side of it as you get down the stretch of the season?
Well, I think the big thing is that, those when you're playing well, it rubs off on everybody, and it really is kind of somewhat contagious when the ball's going in and the ball's being moved. Just to give you an idea, we had 9 assists that half, and for us, that's a big number. We assisted on 9 out of 22 buckets. That's almost half. So that's a big part of it. We were moving the ball, and obviously we're making shots.
You talk about the defense and how you need to continue that effort in the second half. Able to force Missouri S&T into 8 first-half turnovers there. Active hands in the passing lane. Were you pleased with the effort defensively? I mean, that's, I think, a pretty big number comparatively to the season average.
Yeah, we did a good job of getting our hands on balls and, forcing some turnovers, especially on some drives and stuff. And, that's what you got to do. Now, like I said, they have guys that, score. As an example, Julian Smith can make shots with people all over him. So, we're going to have to do a good job of playing, not just him, but against the other guys too.
Coach, thanks so much for your time. As always, good luck in the second half. That was the assistant coach, Terry Hollander, with us, recapping the first 20 minutes of action. As he mentioned, Smith with a team-high 12 points for Missouri S&T, but the Lions nearly with 3 players in double figures in the first 20 minutes of action. Kevin Caldwell Jr. with a game-high 21 points. He was just unconscious in the first half of action. 8 of 10 from the field, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Jacoby Ross added 14, 6 of 11 shooting, 2 of 4 for him. And then Romello Burrell with 9 points on 4 of 6. He added a team-high 3 rebounds in the half, as well as 3 steals, 2 blocks, and an assist. He played all 20 minutes. So the Lions are really, really solid, well-rounded first 20 minutes of action, both offensively shooting 61% and then forcing Missouri S&T into 8 turnovers. The Lions, as a ball club, were able to corral 4 steals in the first half as well. Missouri S&T shot the ball 42% from the floor. As you mentioned, same margin as the Lions from deep, 6 of 11, 55%, and then 83% from the line. That'll do it for us here for the first 20 minutes of action. We will take a quick break. Second half action is next. You're watching the GLBC Sports Network.
Hey Lions, what's up? It's a beautiful day here in St. Charles, and right now we're on campus in the Reynolds dorm about to give you a dorm tour in 2 minutes or less. First, to get things started, I thought it might be nice to add that decorating your dorm room doesn't have to be expensive. Lots of places like Bed Bath & Beyond have discounts for college students, including a checklist to help you remember what to bring and what not to forget. When you arrive at Lindenwood, you will notice that you are provided with a desk, a chair, and a bed. Bed risers are not something you must buy when you move here. Even on the highest level that you can change your bed to, you can still fit the dresser that Lindenwood provides you underneath. Being from out of state, I brought a lot of items to put on my wall to make me feel more at home. In the dorm, we're not allowed to put nails or screws into the walls, so believe it or not, these are all held up by command strips. Here in Reynolds, we are provided with our own laundry room, but if you're in a dorm that does not have its own, always remember that Evans has plenty of washers and dryers for students on campus. A personal refrigerator is something you will want to have. It's perfect for storing snacks, drinks, and anything of the sorts, just like frozen fruits or my smoothies. Before we go, I thought I'd give a few helpful tips. Don't forget extension cords because you will definitely need those with the spaced out outlets on the wall. Space-saving hangers are a gift of a genius when you can't decide which clothes to bring from home, like me. When you're buying sheets, don't forget that your beds are twin XL, so make sure you get the right size so they fit. Also, if you wake up in the morning and can't get through your day without a cup of coffee, don't be scared to bring a coffee maker. I don't drink coffee, so I brought a smoothie maker. But if you have time, don't forget to stop by the Starbucks located in the Lark. Alright Lions, thanks for listening in. And don't forget, here at Lindenwood, real experience, real success.
I chose to come to Lindenwood because everybody I met was so inviting, and the professor I met with just made me feel like I was supposed to be here.
Coming in as a veteran, the VA coordinator here made this transition to being here at Lindenwood an easy and seamless one.
I got here, did the tour, it had everything I wanted. I enrolled immediately once I got back home.
Seeing the space and being like, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to perform, that just kind of sealed the deal for me.
One of my favorite things about being on campus is how everyone's together. I love that there's always an opportunity to do something new.
Living in a dormitory here on campus, like each floor is their own little neighborhood. There's so much community throughout those floors that one night you could be doing trivia, but the other night they could also have a yoga class scheduled.
I work in the residential life office, so I get to help students kind of figure out housing.
I work here on campus as a student employee with our Advancements and Communications office, and that gives me a lot of real-life experience while applying my schoolwork to that.
The way that Lindenwood gives me my real experience is a lot of the professors are people who have recently been or are still in the industry.
We have people that have designed for Broadway. We have people that have stage managed big equity shows, and they kind of give us that insider knowledge on what we need to do to be successful in the industry.
All my professors are great. When I have an issue or if I have difficulty with an idea, a lot of times I can go to them and they will give me another angle to approach it and make it better.
All of my classes are really catered towards making sure I'm going to fit in wherever I go. The challenging parts about those classes, they're getting me ready for nursing school afterwards, and I just feel like I'm so prepared.
I feel like I've gotten really good at being self-sufficient, so the idea of living on my own after graduation isn't that scary now.
The experience that I really want to gain from being here at Lindenwood is real-world situations that I think even just in my first semester being here I've gotten. Sets me up for life after Lindenwood.
That's what I'm here for. That is the experience, and I can take all of these tools. I can take tools I've learned last week and take them into an audition now. I think that's amazing, and I really think that's what we're here to do.
And there's so many stories that you get an internship, and like as soon as you graduate, like you're offered a job right off the bat to be able to get into the advertising world before I get out into the world. So I have a little backpack that has all the things I need to succeed out there.
I think that's been the thing that has been so amazing and so surprising about Lindenwood is that they just want me to give my all when I'm there, and that's all they ask for. And that's kind of helped me improve as a person, improve as an academic, and it's really cool to experience that.
I would say that the best part about St. Charles is it's a big city with a small city feel. So being at Lindenwood, I just really feel like I'm in more of like a community, whereas in St. Louis, I didn't like the hustle and bustle of being downtown. St. Louis, it's only about 20 to 30 minute drive depending on traffic.
Being a student at Lindenwood University, we're about a 20 to 30 minute drive away from Forest Park, and what's convenient about that is there's running trails, there's a golf course, and there's a zoo that's free to the public as well. You'll spend less time trying to figure out what to do, and you can just go over there and pick and choose from the 500 acres of space there is.
So there's a hockey team, Major League Baseball, so there's a lot of fun stuff down there. There's always some event happening downtown, but also just in the general St. Charles area. There's food, shopping, all that good stuff. There's a mall just right down the street, but there's also Main Street that has family-owned boutiques and like family-owned food places. So it's really nice to kind of be able to get the sense of small town, but also the sense of like a suburban area.
Here there's like group workouts, there's saunas, there's spas, there's a lot more stuff that you can really like get out in the community and do. Sugar Fire is like my favorite restaurant. I eat there probably twice a week, no joke. Mod Pizza is an all-time favorite. There's always new restaurants to try, like you're never gonna get burnt out.
I was born and raised in St. Charles, always was in the area, so it was really nice being able to come to school that's nearby home, being able to go home and see my puppy all the time. It's really nice to be able to do that, but also you get that sense of independence just because you aren't living at home.
Well, I was born in Honduras. Here in Lindenwood, there's a very wide variety of people from all over the world, so you end up meeting people from every single culture. So the people that you end up meeting here, they're gonna be your family. They're gonna be the ones you reach out whenever you're sick, whenever you're in trouble, whenever you're struggling with classes.
So I'm from Boise, Idaho, and the one thing that compares St. Louis area to Boise is the fact that it's so historic and it's very easy to get around and find things to do. It's a very comfortable place to be, and that's what I really enjoy about the campus life itself.
I just got an internship at Edward Jones, and they said that it was really nice that I had a Spanish major and I was going to be bilingual because they were looking to expand in some Spanish-speaking countries, and they were really looking for people that could bring that to them.
So I'm doing this Linden Teach program because it seemed like a really great way to get experience and still have a mentor there to guide me.
Now since I got into this major and I met my professors who, like, you know, I usually take the same class with the same professors, and I really like it now. Like, I like coming to class. They're just very skilled in what they do. They know public health very well.
I've been able to tell jobs like, hey, I have the skills I need from both practical and analytical in order to figure out how to solve a problem, and then just my other experiences at Lindenwood had given me the tools to manage and lead teams. And putting these all together, it's helped me really develop a strong resume.
And a lot of times people kind of grow into principalship when they've taught for a while, but I came in knowing that that's what I really wanted to do. The process in terms of defending my dissertation, it really just made me feel unstoppable. I moved up from classroom teacher to assistant principal, from assistant principal to head principal. So
education is one of the greatest gifts someone can receive, so I'm really thankful. I love it here. I feel like I've made great friends. Lindenwood has given me so many opportunities, and I'm really blessed that I chose to come here.
Some advice I would have for somebody that's starting college is to definitely get involved. My freshman year, I got involved in cheerleading and I got involved in Greek life. I never thought I was going to be a collegiate athlete. My team won nationals this past school year, so now I'm a national champion, and I have no idea how this happened.
My freshman year, we got second at nationals, which was a pretty big deal actually. The trophy is right there, the last one. So I was able to be a part of that team, and actually I did really good.
Be confident, try to be involved, because that's really going to help. It's going to be your experience, and it's going to make a difference. As a freshman, I was exposed to everything that was going on campus. I've been able to plan events such as homecoming, the Christmas walk, and Dark Carnival, so those have really helped me to be really involved and know what's going on campus.
I'm a community advisor, we call them CAs, in the dorms. I am president of Catholic Student Union. I'm involved with Alpha Phi Omega, which is a co-ed service fraternity, and I'm part of the Honors College.
Like the vibe of the school, everybody is so willing to help, from librarians to counselors to...
We welcome you back inside Highland Arena for second half action. Lions in the minors, 37-52. The Lions in front. You get a look at the first half stats on the screen now. The Lions are robust, 61% from the floor, 54% from beyond the arc. Minors shooting 42% and 55% from the floor and three-point range, respectively. First possession belonged to Missouri S&T. No good. A Ross three-pointer off the mark, and the Miners back the other way with it. Smith, nice find, but unable to finish is Johnson. And the basketball trampolines into the waiting arms of Jacoby Ross. Lions in front by 15. Suggs in the post against Micah Johnson. Spins around him, unable to finish off the window. Had space to do so, but a little too strong on the attempt. Burrell trying to get back in transition, and a turnover forced by Lindenwood. 9th of the game committed by Missouri S&T. Ross steps back from the near side, in and out. Smith back the other way. Froby dropped it off for Johnson. They work the perimeter, straighting. Puts it on the floor. Get a chance to see his athleticism. Big man dribbling it. Spins around Suggs in the low post, looking for some space, finds none. Eventually is able, though, to find Johnson, who hits about an 8-footer. They sort of snuck that basketball pass from Elo Burrell, who was guarding Johnson. Pair of Miners already waiting at the scores table to check in, not 2 minutes into the second half, as Kevin Caldwell sinks the mid-range jumper. That is the bread and butter of his game, and he adds to an already fantastic outing. 23 points in the game for him. Guilty of the foul on the defensive end this time, and that'll be his 3rd personal. So he is in a little bit of foul trouble for as good of a game as he's played tonight. He does lead the team in DQs. He has fouled out twice this year. There are only 2 other Lions that have fouled out at all this season, Frazier Ott and Sherrod Taylor. They've both only fouled out 1 time this season. Long three-pointer from Parker, no good, but an offensive rebound rejected by Burrell. Ross now into the front court, one-on-one, coast to coast, and he's able to finish. Asking for a foul call, gets none, and now he has to hustle back in transition. Missouri S&T trying to answer with a 3, and they do. Kevin Lagarde off the bench. We didn't see him hardly at all in the first half. The junior out of Las Vegas, Nevada, able to knock one down, and a put back by Suggs. Gets back 2 of those 3 as Lagarde walks it back up. Lagarde finds Froby. Froby again. Floater too strong. Don't know if that one even drew iron. Trent Champagne slows it down. Ross exhales, waits for the screen to come. Now near side. Trimble around another ball screen. 8 to shoot, into the post. Burrell one-on-one. Passes out of it, Champagne, 3-pointer off the mark. That one didn't draw iron either, and it leads to a shot clock violation. Dylan Singleton will check in for S&T. And he will run the point. S&T trailing by 16 points. Both teams have started out a little colder than they did at the beginning of the game. The Lions 3 of 8. The Miners now 3 of 8 as well after that make by Singleton. Ross nearly had it ripped. Drives and finishes. Jacoby Ross able to find enough space to finish with the left hand, and he made that look pretty easy. Singleton around Champagne, he's fouled, and will head to the line to shoot a pair. Dylan Singleton, 7 points on 3 of 6 shooting. These will be his first free throws of the game. When we come back from the first media timeout of this second half, Lions in front by 16. You're watching the GLBC Sports Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Coming back from the media timeout, Singleton to shoot a pair. On the season, Dylan Singleton is 71% free throw shooter. He's got 7 points. Good for second on the team tonight. Just behind Julian Smith, the team's leading scorer for the season and the game. He's got 12. Singleton no good on the first. There are a trio of Miners stuck on 6. Strating, Froby, and Parker. All with 6 points, and Singleton going to stay at 7 with an empty trip. Ross to Romello. Now Trimble. Ross takes a peek at the clock. Now drives. Kicks to Burrell. Shot fake. Long 2. No good. Julian Smith the board. And he wants to get moving up the court. Takes a 3 in transition. No good. And Burrell unable to corral it. Was trying to bring it back with one hand. And missed connecting it with the other. And so, in essence, threw it out of bounds on the baseline. A gift for Missouri S&T. And a three-pointer for Parker. Ryan Parker has come off the bench and been able to make 3 triples. He is 3 of 7 from that range. Team's second leading scorer tonight with 9 points. Dribble right into Singleton. Follows his own miss and hits it. Trimble normally an outside shooter. Showing some muscle on that possession. Lagarde no good on a mid-ranger in transition. Sort of an anomaly for Trimble as well. That was his first make. He was previously 0 of 4 from the field and 0 of 1 from deep. He's the team's most efficient scorer, both from the floor and from distance, as well as the team's best free throw shooter. So not a guy that misses very often, but he's been unusually cold in this game. One of the only Lions that has been cold. As you see a guy that's been basically scorching hot in this one. Jacoby Ross now to the 20-point threshold. Lagarde from deep. In and out. Ross drives right into Singleton, fouled on the floor. For Dylan, that is his 3rd personal as he enters a little bit of foul trouble. He is the only Missouri S&T player with more than 1. And the Lions set to inbound just outside the 3-point arc right in front of the broadcast table here, inside of 14 minutes to play. I'm laughing because I overheard a conversation between the official and Jacoby Ross right before he inbounded. They were talking about the continuation, and he even said, he goes, that's only in the NBA if you make it there. It was Ross that was sort of getting on the official's case for not getting continuation on a basket in the first half. I don't know if he made a look at him there that last time down the floor. But it was those conversations that you sort of were privileged to last year during the empty gym. I mean, you could hear everything without fans in the stands. I mean, tonight we've got a speckled crowd as well as the band here tonight. So there's plenty of noise. That was not the case last year in the COVID-shortened conference-only season. Ross, couple of nifty dribbles in and out. Vaughn with the rebound. Smith, three-pointer, no good. Caldwell went for the steal. Smith tried to make him pay, but it was still pretty well contested by Caldwell, who was sort of hanging on his side, and that one is going to count. Jacoby Ross, a chance for a three-point play. How good has he been tonight? The Lions with 2 players across 20 points. Just inside of 13 minutes to play. Give him 23. Ross and Caldwell with 23 each. There's been some performance offensively by the Lions. It hasn't necessarily been, shocking the efficiency. They're shooting 55% from the field, which is good, but it's been some of the shots they've made on the fast break. Into the corner for Trimble, a wide open look. No good, but an offensive rebound rejected by the Miners. And they chase down the loose ball. Great ball movement by Lindenwood, but unable to get one to fall. As Trimble's struggles from the field continue in this one. A rebound there on a post shot from Breffo, no good. Ross on the left wing, guarded by Vaughn. He will shoot from distance, off the mark. Offensive rebound, Trimble. Inside Ott, guarded by Parker. Lions have started to rebound the basketball better in the second half. That was their 6th offensive board of the game. Into the corner, a great find by Caldwell, and Burrell finishes it off. Lindenwood now in front by 22, and a dunk for the Miners. Michael Apaya Breffo slams it down as Caldwell is fouled. No, they're going to say an offensive foul against Kevin Caldwell, and that's a big call because that's his 4th of the game. Charged right into Julian Smith. Hit with the charge, and it brings us to our second media timeout of this second half. Lions in front by 20, 70-50 our score. You're watching the GLVC Sports Network.
Lindenwood Athletics is pleased to announce the newly launched Lions Booster Club. The Lions Booster Club recognizes and celebrates those who support Lindenwood Athletics through charitable contributions. Donations made to the athletics department or any of our programs qualify for membership to the Lions Booster Club. Members receive benefits at our various levels based on their overall annual giving to Lindenwood Athletics. Benefits include invitations to special events, exclusive communications, inside access to the athletics department, enhanced game day experiences, and more. For more information, please visit lindenwoodlions.com/booster club. Lindenwood Athletics is pleased to announce details for the newly launched Little Lions Kids Club, presented by Raising Cane's. The Little Lions Kids Club is the best way for our youngest fans to support the black and gold. Membership is open for all children ages 12 and under and provides items such as a Little Lions Kids Club t-shirt, backpack, membership card, exclusive experiences with Lindenwood student athletes, such as high-five tunnels and autograph sessions, and of course, free Raising Cane's. For more information and to sign up today, please visit lindenwoodlions.com/kidsclub.
Out of the media timeout, S&T basketball. They trail it by 20 points. The Lions have dominated in this one. Their latest run of 10-2 the last nearly 4 minutes as the Lions add another block to the total. 4 on the game. Burrell oops it for Suggs, who lays it in softly. This is a clinic being put on by the Lindenwood Lions in game 2 of our doubleheader. Straighting against Suggs. On the low right block, he spins around, passes out of it. Singleton, top of the key. That's no good. Offensive board and an easy lay-in as Trimble went crashing to the deck, allowing for an easy offensive rebound for Caden Froby, who finishes it off. Lead stays at 20. It has grown by 5 since the halftime break. The Lions have kept their foot on the gas. Something that assistant coach Terry Hollander said, great start, great 20 minutes, but they got some guys that can shoot and score too. We've got to stay locked in and focused for the second half. Lions have come out and done that, at least throughout the first 10 minutes of this second half. Ross driving, tried to hand it off to Suggs, and it's a turnover, just the 4th turnover of the game committed by Lindenwood, and an oop to Froby, who's fouled by Romello Burrell. I think that foul should be called on the floor, and I believe it is. 4th team foul committed by Lindenwood. Johnson throws it all the way into the backcourt. Singleton driving against Ross, and a 3-point play opportunity as Jacoby Ross commits the foul, and Dylan Singleton a chance to draw the Miners a little bit closer. He becomes the 2nd Miner into double figures with 10 points, 11 if he hits the free throw, right behind Julian Smith with 12. Does get the free throw to fall after not 1, not 2, 3 rattles around the rim. Both teams have cooled off from distance. The Lions, one of their last 8 from beyond the arc. Missouri S&T, one of their last 6. Burrell inside, and he's got it. Missouri S&T, I think with the ball movement, just out of sorts enough. Gave Burrell too much space inside, and he took it. Singleton able to get a nice shot to fall. Driving against Brandon Trimble. Suggs up top. Champagne, who's played a lot here in this game. Burrell on the low block. Fading away, unable to get it to fall. Trent has clocked 13 minutes of action so far. 1 for every digit on the back of his jersey. Inside of 8.5 to play. The clock going to start to become the Missouri S&T Miners' enemy here. But Froby again able to create some space on the backside as he's giving Brandon Trimble some problems. As the timeout now called. And we will take a break. 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go. It's been a fun one here in St. Charles. The Lions have dominated. Can Missouri S&T make a comeback? Find out next on the GLVC Sports Network.
Off the field or off the court, before and after the game. The preparations, the gear, the uniforms. It's a lot to manage, organize, and secure. Your athletic gear demands storage that's designed, tested, and built to endure. One company has taken lockers and storage solutions to the next level. For functionality, durability, sanitation, security, and team pride, we are GearBoss.
National leadership is treating you like a pro. Every day, team physicians from Barnes Jewish and Washington University work to keep our St. Louis Blues healthy and on the ice. This same commitment to excellence is what you can expect when injuries interrupt your life. Barnes Jewish and Washington University Orthopedics. Be treated like a pro.
Lions to inbound out of the break. They lead this one comfortably by 15 points at the moment. They have led throughout this game. Ross on the low right block, kicked outside. Champagne, an open look, and he drills it. Trent Champagne's first make from distance. He's got 5. Lagarde dribbling in and out of traffic. Singleton around a screen. Into the near side corner. Froby off the mark. Trent the rebound. Ross jogging ahead with it. He'll just go coast to coast. And why not? A game high 25 points for Jacoby Ross. 11 of 21. At 3 off the mark as well. Missouri S&T beneath 40% from beyond the arc. Now in this contest, they are just 2 of 10 in this second half. Inside Suggs, trying to finish amongst the tall trees, unable to do so. Singleton to Froby in transition. The Miners run and draw a foul. So Froby will head to the line where he has struggled this year. He's got 10 points, third on the team in scoring here this evening. He will shoot a pair when we come back. 6:55 to play in this game. You're watching the GLBC Sports Network.
Hey, my name is Brian, and this is my real life at Lindenwood.
This is where I get to learn.
This is where I live. This is where I perform.
This is where I hang.
And this is where real life opportunity knocks. This is real life at Lindenwood.
The thing that has been so amazing about Lindenwood is they just want me to give my all, and that's all they ask for. And that's helped me improve as a person, improve as an academic, and it's really cool to experience that.
The experience that I really want to gain from being here at Lindenwood is real world situations that even just in my first semester being here, I've gotten.
That's what I'm here for. That is the experience. I can take tools I've learned last week and take them into an audition now. I think that's amazing, and I really think that's what we're here to do.
A 20-point advantage for Lindenwood. They have already eclipsed their seasonal points per game average. They score on average just under 72 points per game. Obviously over that at 79 right now is still nearly 7 minutes to play in this game. The offense has just been spectacular. They've shot 55% from the field. Froby's free throw shooting woes continue. He's 1 of 3 tonight. It's pretty much in line with what he's turned in from the charity stripe this year. And an empty trip for him. Just 49% for the season. And another offensive rebound off the three-point miss. Singleton finally buries it. Missouri S&T got an offensive rebound off the free throw miss, an offensive rebound off the three-point miss, and then finally, third time's the charm for Missouri S&T. Singleton tried to rip Farrell, but was the last to touch it, so the Lions will retain possession. Frazier Ott will check out of the game. I believe it's Suggs that comes back in. Ross to Trimble from the left wing. He's got it. Brandon Trimble knocks the lid off. His first make from deep. Just 2 of 8 from the field for 5 points, but nothing but the bottom of the net there. He stepped into that one with confidence. Julian Smith, long 2. Pretty well contested by Lindenwood, and boy, yeah, finally they call a travel. Wow, I thought it was a foul call. met with anger from the Lindenwood bench, and I got to think they have a bit of a gripe there. Romello Burrell, skying for the rebound, was knocked to the floor by one of the Missouri S&T players who was also fighting for the rebound. And instead of a foul called, the traveling violation was called against Romello Burrell, and it cost the Lions 2 points as Singleton lays it in. Ross answering with a three. 28 points in the game for Jacoby Ross, his third make from distance in this contest. Smith to Parker, wide open look. This time no good. Oh, behind the back pass to Burrell, who will turn around and hit it. Romello Burrell feeling it. He's got 16 points now. And the Lions' big three continues to come alive in this game. Froby reversal, no good. Lions continuing to add on. It's a 23-point lead now. Trimble through some contact, following his miss, draws the foul the second time up. I believe it's going to go against Ryan Parker. Parker, the redshirt freshman out of Bloomington South, Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers, where the Lions recruited a player out of. VJ Blackman graduated from the team last year. But Ryan's had a nice game for Missouri S&T tonight. 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. He's got 9 points off the bench. Singleton walks it across the timeline. Lions in front now by 25. As the margin continues to grow, there. Plus 10 here in the second half alone after carrying a 15-point lead into the break. Off the miss, Caldwell, a wide open Trimble in transition, and he's got that one. Brandon Trimble heating up. The lead is 28. Lions refusing to take their foot off the gas in this one. Froby double teamed. Parker shot fake, gets Burrell airborne, creating a wide open look, but he's unable to hit. Burrell puts his back to the basket, draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2. Missouri S&T had shot the ball reasonably well in the first half, 42% from the field, but they're just 33% from the floor. Here in the second half of action, they're just 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Terry Hollander was right. The Lions haven't quite maintained 61% from the field, but they're still shooting 52% from the floor in this second half. 55% from three-point land in the first half has been answered with 46%. Here in the second half, the Lions have continued to shoot the ball well. And the lead has grown as a result of it. They are now narrowly holding a rebounding edge. They've turned the ball over 5 times, but they forced Missouri S&T into 11 turnovers. 7 of those 11 turnovers have come by way of the steal for Lindenwood. I think they brought both teams back to the bench due in part because I think Ryan Parker caught an arm to the face when he committed the foul of Romello Burrell. Had a bit of a bloody nose, and so the trainer's out there to clean it up now. Officials kind of pointing it out, and the trainer sort of following the breadcrumbs to the bench where Ryan Parker was finally able to get some medical So out of the timeout, ready to resume play. 3:40 to go in this one. The Lions, barring a miracle, are going to advance to 11-13 on the year, 7-9 in the GLVC. They will shoot the Miners down to 10-13 overall, 6-10 in the GLVC. Boy, still finding new areas of the court where they've got to clean up blood drops from the bloody nose that Ryan Parker had at the end of play there. Now we're going to test it out. And I think we're good to go now. Even the players are having a laugh about it. Romello Burrell will finally shoot his free throws. He's got 16 points in this game, 1 of 2 from the line tonight. Hits the first. Romello, the team's second leading scorer, 15.5 points per game for him. He's an 82% free throw shooter. The Division I transfer, now 3 of 4 from the line. And the Lions have increased the lead to 30. And you've got to think they'll call off the Dogs at some point. Starters still in the game for Lindenwood. And in the first game of the doubleheader of the women's contest, it was the Lions that were down and out of it. A rejection there by Burrell. And finally corralled by Trimble, but head coach Katie Falco for the Lindenwood women's team. Three-pointer drilled by Ross. Never quit fouling towards the end of that game, despite the clock situation. I think, again, an attitude or a mentality thing. And so I think this might be a bit of a mentality thing for Kyle Gerdeman and this team's attitude, too. They've struggled at points this season, playing with high confidence. Finally, the subs do come into the game. But I think part of the reason he let them stay out there was to continue to build that confidence as they move down the home stretch of this season. Sherrod Taylor will fire. No good. Both teams have emptied the bench here. Nearly a turnover on a miscommunication. Saheem Anthony was able to get it back and finish. Lions just 3 points away from the century mark. Champagne to Taylor, dribbles it inside, picks up his dribble, and now fires and rattles it in. Lions 1 point away now. The lead is 33. A dominant victory for Lindenwood. One of the most dominant victories in school history. And it has looked that way at times. They have really played hard from the opening whistle. And played a full 40 minutes of basketball. We'll get another substitution here. Cole Jones checks into the game for Trent Champagne. Round of applause for him. Trent played some meaningful minutes tonight, 18 of them. He finishes with 5 points on 2 of 3, shooting 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, added 4 rebounds and an assist. No good on the free throw by Kava Kamara. Now Taylor with it. He will fire. No good. Case Kitchell knocks it out. Batchman able to tip it to Ott for the offensive rebound, but it was eventually stolen away by Lagarde. Vaughn back to Lagarde. 1:15 and counting to play before the Lions earn win number 11 on the year. That's off the mark. Batchman into the front court. Batchman into the corner. Jones stepped on the end line. Had the three-pointer sent away anyhow by Saheem Anthony. Lions this season have yet to eclipse the century mark. This is already the most they've scored on the year. But I'm sure there's a little piece of the coaching staff and the bench that would love to see one more basket fall, meaningless as it might be. It is a 33-point margin right now. Batchman dribbles it across. This is probably the Lions' last chance to cross the century mark. Taylor will pull up, and he's got it. Sherrod Taylor, the mid-ranger, puts the Lions at 101 big ones. 35-point lead. Shot clock is off. The miss. It'll stay with the Miners, last touched by Ott. Into the corner it goes. Lagarde with 8 seconds. Fires a contested three-pointer, and that's going to do it. The Lions don't even have to cross the timeline. They win it 101-66. A 35-point victory for Kyle Gerdeman and the Lindenwood Lions. As impressive a victory as we've seen in the Kyle Gerdeman era, and maybe as impressive a victory as we've seen in program history. It certainly stands toe-to-toe with any other great Lindenwood victory throughout the course of this men's basketball program. The highlight plays, the shot making. The Lions were fantastic tonight. Jacoby Ross led everybody with 31 points. Kevin Caldwell with 23, Trimble with 10, Romello Burrell with 18. The Lions shot 57% from the floor, 48% from deep, 78% from the line. As we are now joined by the head coach, Kyle Gerdeman, on the broadcast. Lions winners of 2 in a row. And coach, that one had to feel pretty good. 101 points put up there. It's been an up and down season, but this was 40 complete minutes of basketball. Not only at the offensive end, which felt like a highlight reel in the half court for most of the game, but on the defensive end as well, forcing 12 turnovers, notching 8 steals, blocking 4 shots. What were your overall takeaways from such an impressive team win?
Well, I do give a lot of credit to our defense, to our defensive presence, because I thought that, they have a talented team, and I think the conference's leading scorer, and we know how good he is. So we had a lot of focus on trying to work hard at every position and just really stay engaged. And I thought we did a good job of that Saturday at Maryville as well. And to see it carry over tonight and just, we made some mistakes. But I just thought our focus was there defensively every possession. What we talk about is that, we've been down 20 plenty of times too, and we talk about not playing the scoreboard, just trying to play every possession. I thought we did a good job of that defensively, and then we make a bunch of shots, so that makes everything a lot easier. So wherever that comes from, I don't know. But it was good to see the ball go in the basket and good to see our guys share it and stay engaged with each other on the offensive end as well.
Well, Coach Hollander mentioned it with the 15-point lead going into the half. It's still as exciting as it was, some of the plays that were being made by your guys offensively and, how electrifying that first half was. It's still just a 15-point lead, and he emphasized – still need to play defense, still need to play 20 good minutes. You finish on a 22-4 run, the final 6 minutes, 43 seconds of the game. Is that more important to you than the start, just the way that your starters were able to sort of finish this game off?
Yeah, because I think that, we kind of did the same thing Saturday at Maryville. We had a little bit of a lead, not as big as we had tonight, but I think we held them to like 4 points the last 5 minutes. And we've just put a lot of emphasis on our defense from basically the entire second semester from where we were. And again, I tell our guys all the time, we watched some film on it at one point, and we talked about things that had to be done. And those things are easy to talk about but hard to do, and I just give our guys a ton of credit for just regrouping completely defensively and buying into some changes that we made, and just really doing a lot better job. So, and I think that when you play that way defensively, then to come down on offense, it just makes it a lot more enjoyable for them. So I'm glad they got to enjoy one tonight because we've had some tough ones.
Well, I asked Coach Hollander at the halftime break too, and I guess I'll ask you as well. You got the kind of your big three offensive threats, and Jacoby, Ross, Kevin Caldwell, and Romello Burrell. Usually, one or two of those guys may be on a given night. God, all three of them had their best stuff tonight offensively. Do you have to do much from a coaching perspective when they're shooting the ball that well all at the same time?
Well, no, not really. When guys make shots, you always look like a good coach. And we said the same thing when we had TJ. Those guys make you look really good. But what I thought was good about especially that first half with Kevin and Jacoby is they took a lot of shots and they scored. But I really thought they were playing within what we wanted to do. We talked about really pushing the ball in transition tonight against them, and Kevin did a great job of that. He got himself a couple layups. And I thought Jacoby, Jacoby's struggles come when he settles a little bit too much from the perimeter. And, I thought he did a good job of staying patient and getting himself to good shots. And they weren't doing it all necessarily off of a lot of dribbles. That's when we go south real quick, is when we don't get much movement and we take a lot of isolation shots. And they had some of those, but they were the type of isolation shots we would take, out of transition, off a ball screen, off a ball reversal, those type of things. So, they were – it was I think the total ball movement in general is really what we've been trying to get better at, and what I think just really, really clicked for us tonight.
Well, Coach, we'll let you enjoy this one. Good luck on the road, and we'll see you one more time next Thursday. So thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate it.
That's the head coach, Kyle Gerdeman, recapping his team's 101-66 victory over the Missouri S&T Miners. Jacoby Ross with 31 big ones, followed up by Kevin Caldwell's 23 points. Romello Burrell added 18. Brandon Trimble had 10. Brandon Suggs finished with 8. Champagne had 5. Frazier Ott with 2. Sherrod Taylor with 4. The Lions shot 57% from the field, 48% from deep, 78% from the line. They out-rebounded Missouri S&T 43-41. They won the turnover battle. Missouri S&T committed 12. The Lions committed just 7. Missouri S&T was led by Singleton's 18 points. Smith added 12. Froby added 10. Those are the 3 in double figures for the Miners. Ryan Parker added 9 points, all 9 coming from beyond the arc. He was 3 of 6 from deep. Missouri S&T really struggled down the stretch. They shot just 28% from the field in the second half. As we mentioned, went scoreless the last 2 minutes, 26 seconds of the game, and finished on a 22-4 Lindenwood run the last 6 minutes, 43 seconds. So they really went cold towards the end of it once the game had already gotten out of hand. So I think they shot the ball a little bit better than the 34% from the field would indicate, but that is the number they post in the stat column, 33% from beyond the arc, just 58% from the free throw line. They made just 7 of 12 from the charity stripe. And as we mentioned, we're -5 in the turnover battle. That'll do it for us here at Highland Arena. The Lindenwood Lions have won 2 in a row. They will head out on the road for a couple of games before they play their final home game on the 24th of February against UIndy. That road trip will include a trip to Lebanon, Illinois to take on McKendree University, and then they will stay pretty local. They'll head on the road to take on UMSL on Saturday. That game is at 3 o'clock. The final game of the season at Highland Arena for these Lions will again be February 24th, Thursday, 7:30 tip against UIndy right here at Highland Arena before they wrap up their regular season on the road against Southern Indiana. That will do it for us here on our broadcast for everyone at Lindenwood University. And a shout out to our fantastic production crew. I'm Zach Zook saying so long and good night from St. Charles.